I'm wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing. Keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And you forever I'll follow. You be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I can see you and me. Forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I can see you and me.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Welcome to Ryla's Wish Neighbor Winter Blessing. Let's spin the wheel.
If I start you spinning, you won't like what comes next.
Swift as the Blue Heart Glacier.
Wish you'd go back there.
Lena? You won!
Does anyone lose here? Apart from me?
I'm wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing. Keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. Forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I can see you and me.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd follow you before the memory's gone. I remember you. You lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you. I remember you. I remember you. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind worked backwards just for a minute, I'd follow you before the memory's gone. I remember you. You lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind works backwards just for a minute, I'd hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you left my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you left my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
I didn't think we could fall in love. Broken from the start, chained to our past. We had closed hearts. We are breaking free. It's just you and me. We might fall apart, but we're all in one. Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we?
shades too blue. You won't ever change your ways, doing what you do.
fire, we will dance all night. Young and free, we will feel the release. Eyes are light, we will see the dawn. We will stay till the victory falls. Hearts of fire, we will dance all night. Young and free, we will feel the release. Eyes are light, we will see the dawn. We will stay till the victory falls.
Jack it up.
dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom and we won't run tonight. We are a team, castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom and we won't run tonight. We are a team. We can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs whenever our foes come by, this time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces.
treetops of this world. A balance, feeling free. I'm a part of this place of birth. And I know it cannot last, but at last I can finally breathe. And I know it cannot last, but at last I can finally see. Floating away with you in the backseat of my car. We're timeless,
sailing through, but tonight, no, we can't go far. And I know it cannot last, but at last I can finally breathe. And I know it cannot last, but at last I can finally see.
time wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing. Keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And you forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I can see you and me. Forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I can see you and me.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. But you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna try, but you never do. mind work backwards just for a minute? I hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember, I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember. When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind work backwards just for a minute, I hold on to you before the memory's gone. I remember you, you lift my spirit. With you high is all I'm feeling. Remember how we felt alive. I remember you, you make me stronger. Can't go without it much longer. Remember, remember.
breaking free. It's just you and me. We might fall apart. Now we're running away with our hearts. Can we break free? Can we break free? Can we break free?
You can't even look me in the eyes when you say you'll make this right. I've heard all these words 1,000 times. You won't ever change your ways, doing what you like. Well, I'm no one's well, you can keep on talking. Your words, they don't mean nothing. The same old thing again and again. Well, I'm no one's fool. I guess you best start walking. 'Cause this time I'm not joking. I've heard all this again and again. Well, I'm no one's fool. You would wipe away my tears, so sincere. Turn gray skies to blue. You won't ever change your ways, doing what you do.
I was not ready to falling like I'm wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing. Keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And if forever I'll follow, you be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow.
Radiant team pick.
All right, ads rolling, starting about 30.
Faceless Void. Invoker.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, two things we need to make note of. Undershock once again standing in for a rise. We did see that when we saw
10
Power Rangers playing the
seconds
upper
remaining.
bracket, so that one a little bit less surprising. Same for Escape. We actually saw Chelsea standing in
5
for Era in the
seconds
series that
remaining.
knocked them down to the lower bracket, and here, unfortunately, there is a stand-in for Koikba. He was the one
Reserve
having some
time.
connection issues getting things started. It seemed like they couldn't solve the issues in time, so they were forced to go with a last-minute stand-in. A man named Blister, not someone that I'm personally familiar with.
That's not necessarily true. I don't know if it was him or not. I wasn't reading the lobby chat right before I started, but he said that he was on a different account because his main account
so he
got
might have been
hacked.
able to log in. All right, so look, yeah, maybe that is Koikva. Now I wish I had double-checked the lobby chat. If I tab out, can I actually go see it?
Radiant
I
team
don't think it would show there, but
Yeah,
I was
might
under the
have to be
impression
him.
that they
That
were
might
just
actually be
waiting for him.
Koikva, yeah.
Because, I mean, we're already super late. They took huge draft penalties just to even get here. At some point, they
Yeah.
better him than a stand-in, I'm sure.
Right, absolutely. So either way, let's talk about this draft a little bit. Faceless
10
Void Invoker, the
seconds
opening
remaining.
for Escape Gaming. Faceless Void, one of their absolute comfort heroes, that classic
5
double bubble
seconds
strat.
remaining.
It's at least going to be one of the bubbles, some good lockdown. And on the side of Power Rangers, Timbersaw, Vengeful Spirit. Pretty safe
Dire
opening
team
duo,
pick.
Avenge against the Faceless Void, swapping out of the Chronos, and Timbersaw, well, he's been kind of the pick of the meta. The Elder Titan gets banned out, and my god, these teams,
Radiant team
and quick.
ban.
Yeah, I like the Void pick a lot here for Escape. He's going to have very little trouble avoiding death in the laning stage based on Jug Bench. He just has to jump away from it, and he should be fine. Timbersaw is not a super big threat until a bit later, and, getting roared. So he should be able to get a lot in lane. That's arguably one of their best heroes. In the past, it was a huge crush, but I think
5
Kizu
seconds
has improved a lot in the last couple months since their team started getting really good.
Dire
So
team
they're back to
ban.
Faceless Void, but I think it's just a safe opening. It kind of covers lots of options and doesn't leave you too many weaknesses. So lockdowns against all these heroes are going to be really good. So I think Void's a good pick here. And
Okay.
with Lich, they have huge damage as well, and it gives them Sunstrike setup and lots of
Yeah.
other stuff.
Seconds
We haven't
remaining.
really seen too many Lich picks as of late, or at least I haven't. He was kind of
5
seldom picked up
seconds
the
remaining.
TI6 qualifiers in the EU region, but still a great lane dominator, allows you to deny a lot of
time.
creeps, and yeah, with the Chain Frost setup like you were talking about, they've got a lot to dump in the
Dire
Chrono. You've got
team
everything from the Invoker and even the Lion. He's got some crowd controls to help set it up, the Finger of Death. A lot of potential burst damage here from Escape. I feel like Power Rangers, though, have a very standard lineup for this meta. Jug, Beastmaster, Avenge, Timbersaw. None of these picks too surprising, but will they be able to work together in terms of that
10
mid-game team
seconds
fight?
Enchantress.
Yeah, it does look really standard. I do kind of like that they have Juggernaut paired with Timbersaw because it's a little bit of everything. Some magic damage, some physical, but then you always also have to worry about Timbersaw doing pure damage in the midst of that. So Lich armor isn't going to be as straightforward and useful as you might hope. So for now, Escape Gaming is looking slightly vulnerable, assuming Power Rangers initiates, and this is a really good pick here.
Whoa.
It's an enchant perfect targets. for that.
Absolutely, and we'll talk about this draft a little bit more after our quick break as we load into game number 1 of Escape Gaming versus Power Rangers.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back to our game, Escape versus Power Rangers. So what are you thinking about this Enchantress final pick for Big Num? Another hero that we haven't seen too much of. I feel like there's always a lot of pressure on her, especially when she's in the 4, to really make it happen.
I think it'll be a dual lane for Escape, so roaming on that dual lane can be very good. Pressuring Invoker can help as well. It all comes down to how she performs, but we'll see. Could do a mix of offlane or
Okay, so it looks like we do have confirmation. That is Koikba on a different account. He was having some issues with his proper account, so it is not a stand-in. Cinder in here giving us the full story, so there you go. No stand-ins, so your bets are safe, folks. Again, the live odds from Fanabet, you can bet as the game continues. You see our overlay here as things will fluctuate depending on how these team fights go, so things may dip even further in favor of Escape as the stand-in situation gets figured out. Uh-oh. Big Num, not so happy. Eek. Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're just humble casters here. Allow the admins to deal with that. Sometimes it's advantageous to be lower on the totem pole in terms of responsibilities. And man, look at this Lich set. Is this one of the new ones? That is awesome.
It's the Immortal, I think.
Is this one of the Immortal 2s? What do we got here? The Rare Mask. Yep, there it is, the Immortal Mantle.
Older one. No, I feel like that mask looks a little old to me, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're definitely right. It's just the Immortal is the mantle, the chains. Everything else is part of another set. But,
that set really well, though. Good choice. Yeah. Nicely done, Synderen.
Yeah, good Lich. Again, we don't get to see Lich that much, these new cosmetics. That's one of my favorite parts about the International. You get to see all these items come out and see their debut in games. But, all right, let's look at these lanes here. Probably a fairly straightforward setup. They'll put Eris safe lane on the Morph lane, Koikva will go mid on his Invoker, and Kezu will take the off lane on the Void. It looks like Synderen will probably start in the off lane, but I reckon the Lich will be rotating around. PR just grouped up about the top rune. Beastmaster, their off laner. We'll see if he goes into an Iron Talon. Not Iron Talon level 1, so Cheshire Cat at least planning on spending some time in the lane.
Yeah, I think they might do this like hybrid duel lane with the Enchantress, since they can grab neutrals there over by the Secret Shop and still pressure. So it's going to be a little tough for YapzOr here. Line isn't really a support that's very known at stopping Enchantress from.
Yeah, I guess the Hex comes in handy, but not quite on the level of that like Crystal Maiden, Maiden Freeze or anything like that.
It's expensive in mana, and, among other reasons, so he's definitely pretty pressurable. He's got boots at least, that'll give him a big advantage, so lower chance he gets disabled. He can trade hits a bit better with Enchant because she won't automatically be faster, so I think it was a good choice for them to sacrifice Synderen's items for YapzOr to have boots here.
Alright, lanes begin, and it's actually Undershock on a Juggernaut mid lane against the Invoker. How does this matchup go? I'm pretty used to the PL versus Invoker, which is rather PL favored, but how does Jug match up here?
I don't think it's the worst thing ever for Invoker, because normally in these kind of matchups they just get kills on the mid hero, but he's going to have things like Forge Spirits and stuff to right click, so it'll probably be about even, but it's a little scary for Invoker for sure. For reasons like this, they do smoke gank, he's definitely vulnerable.
Yep, they've got the Satyr Tormentor on Big Nun. They will wrap around the backside. They bump right into him. The Satyr scouts it out, drops the Shockwave right away. But J4 not in the best position to start this off. He's going to have to skill at Magic Missile. He will. They're diving deep. Cinder's on his way in. Koikva not going to survive through it. He eats the fairy. Big Num finds success with the first rotation. Nicely done there as PR get on the scoreboard. That is the fear of having an Enchantress. A nice early smoke.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there for Invoker. You know, he rotated the Forge Spirit around at just about the right time, but if it had just been 1 or 2 seconds earlier, it would have spotted the Satyr. But as soon as it spotted them, he was already out of position. So, a little unfortunate there for Koikva that happened at that time. He thought he read it correctly, and he did, but he just didn't quite get the vision in time.
Yep, down bottom, Cheshire Cat actually having a better time on this Beastmaster than I thought he would. 10 last hits, level 3. He is just straight up laning. I mean, Lion can only do so much to zone him out, but this is just such a change of pace. I feel like the last 5 or 6 Beastmasters I've seen haven't even tried to go to lane. It's just Iron Talon straight up jungle, level 1.
And that's basically just the value of not being there. You know, if the supports are completely off the map, you know they're ganking somewhere. It's going to be line, it could be off lane, maybe it's mid. So Invoker checked for it, he ended up dying for it, and it cost him big. And in the meantime, Beastmaster's getting last hits. If Lion goes around his zone and the 2 smoked heroes swing out behind him, he dies as well. So they were just being a little careful, and they got advantage in 2 lanes because of that. That's why it's so important for supports to hide off the map most of the time.
Yeah, and they are going to rotate again. Another smoke rotation from J4 Big Num. This time they've got the Wild Wing Ripper and still a Satyr Tormentor. Not the best ganking duo of creeps, honestly. This time it gets broken. And I don't think this gank will be successful. Synderen already rotating over to try to support Koikva here. Undershock completely dominating this mid lane, though. Only 6 last hits on the Invoker compared to the 16 of the Jug. This is really going well. And now with the Tornado, he's going to get zoned out even more. You can't tank that damage. It really hurts. And Undershock going to just press into the tower.
Well, they really need to not get spun on here. It's pretty close, but they're not going to get a slow follow-up, so Invoker should be fine. Yeah, they're denying a lot of experience. Oh, Synderen, gotta be careful too.
There is a boots advantage here. Jug has his brown booties. Koikva still bootless, and no points in Wex, so not going to be able to ghost walk out. That was actually kind of a close call there. He will survive. That's the important thing.
Well, hopefully they read this correctly, and then they pull the supports back, because they're in trouble on the bot lane in a moment.
Yep, Yapzor and Era headed forward in the lane here. The rotation around the backside. Big Num scouts it out. Stun from the Lion will slow down the Beastmaster. Now the waveform away, but Yapzor, he'll be the target of choice. Stunned up and brought down. Nice, easy rotation for Power Rangers. That'll make it 2-0 in the first 4 minutes. Another pretty good rotation. Not much the Lion could do there.
Yeah, so at this point in the game, it kind of looks like Escape is just completely losing, and it's sort of true, but what usually happens after this point is that in the next 4 or 5 minutes, PR is going to be pretty underleveled on their 2 supports. So it looks really bad for Escape right now, and it pretty much is, but it's not the end of the game.
Kezu down bottom now. They try to do a lane rotation. He will time walk some of the damage, but it's only level 2. Is a pretty lengthy cooldown. J4 trying to get enough mana for that magic missile. We'll miss a kill on the Jug while we're watching this chase, and it looks like Kezu will make it out. But nice kill on the Jug. It looks like he was in kind of an awkward situation. I didn't see any of that, but a much needed kill there.
I'm guessing that Lion rotated in upon his death. It's one of the nice things about a support dying sometimes is that you can just turn that into a gank on a mid lane, just teleport and set up the kill. So they get the kill on Jug, and that's really huge. Really nicely done by Kezu though to get out of that. The important thing was getting away from the boar, because that's the slow that would have guaranteed his death.
Yeah, it looks like
they'll still lose the tower though.
It looks like Escape are going to pull a full rotation here. They'll just sack that tier 1 down bottom, the Harpy Stormcrafter to help clear out the creep waves, and they're going to make it an aggro tri-lane now with Era farming, both of his supports backing him up. Maybe trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, ensure the farm for Era, and also put a little bit of pressure on this Timbersaw, who has been pretty comfortable thus far. His CS is pretty decent.
Yeah, killing the Timber's going to be a little hard. Maybe they can do it here though.
Well, set up, Sunstrike on the way, and that might just give him enough damage. He tries to timber chain away, but Era will chase him down with a waveform. That one final auto attack, nicely done. That'll make it 2-2 now. Much needed kill for Escape, and their Morphling's got to be feeling pretty comfortable. He's now taking over the off lane, getting that kill under his belt will help that bottom line, but now back down bottom. PR putting pressure on this tier 2 tower. Kezu preemptively time walking away. It's the right call, as there are 3 heroes here ready to set up a kill.
Yeah, he read that really well. If he stayed a little bit longer, definitely could have died. Stun into stun, and roar afterwards, actually. He was very close to dying. Losing 2 towers on this safe lane would be a pretty big loss, though. I mean, Morphling does need space. That's one of the downsides of the hero. He doesn't come online very early, unlike heroes like Jug.
Yeah. Usually needs at least 1 core item before he can start to come online, and then the follow-up shotgun after that. We'll see initiation down bottom. Kezu caught by the Primal Roar. He's actually going to time walk forward. No Chronosphere. He's not yet level 6. Cheshire Cat getting low up top. Probably going to be able to run him down. Pops the Fairy Fire. Pretty speedy, actually. Now Undershock coming in. He's got an Omni Slash. He'll drop it on 2. Yapzor getting low, but survives the initial bout of damage. Synderen looking like he won't be so lucky. One more auto attack will bring him down. Sunstrike off the mark. Almost hits Cheshire Cat, but he does sidestep it. A pretty chaotic fight, but in the end, PR get the high prize kill. 1-0. Synderen the only one that bites the bullet.
Yeah, that was Era's fault. They basically all attacked different targets. The disable went on the Venge. Unfortunately, it was late, so the magic missile already came out. And at that point, they didn't have full enough damage to kill the beast. If he had stunned Beastmaster instead with his Earth Spike, and then Era went on Beastmaster, they would have had that kill. So, you know, just a little miscommunication. They probably thought Venge was more likely, just trying to stop the stun, and Era wanted the hero that had more experience. They lose it, so
you know,
they had to
this
get
is
a kill there.
Pretty staggering lead here, Purge. About 3K net worth, 1K experience. We're only 7 minutes in. I mean, yeah, they've knocked down a tower, but PR kind of getting everything they want. All of their lanes going decently well. All of their cores farming nicely. Right now, Era is the only one on Escape who has a pretty decent net worth. Everyone else is in recovery mode. Void desperately trying to get level 6, stealing some neutrals here, and Koikva, he is level 5, but still pretty far away from that Midas. That will set up on the Undershock. He gets the spin away. Sunstrike not going to be on the mark.
They had to land the Earth Spike before the spin. It's kind of difficult otherwise. They could do a Hex hypothetically, but if he pops the haste, then he's gone anyway, so try again in a moment.
Down bottom, Era, waveform, try to make some space for himself, but he's pretty low on mana here. Has a couple of stick charges, but it's not going to matter. They deploy the Primal Roar, and they've got more than enough damage with the Venge Beastmaster combo. And we'll get popped into another pause here, but another good rotation. Cheshire Cat getting a lot of momentum. 1-0 and 2. He's been involved in 3 of the 4 kills. This is exactly what you want your Beastmaster to be doing as soon as he comes online.
Yeah, and this game kind of reminds me of the draft again, because their last pick was an Enchantress. It's really nice to be able to change up your support heroes. A lot of teams might expect Beastmaster support, but grab Enchantress, and they completely changed the scope of the game with where basically everything is focused on early game pressure. Things would have been a lot different if one or two of those ganks didn't work out. Maybe they don't get Invoker, maybe that doesn't turn them into the second kill as fast. The game could have been very different, but if the ganks are successful, you get into these kinds of positions, and now they're probably regretting having Morphling a little bit here. But in their defense, they are going to be able to accelerate their kills. They've got Chronosphere Sunstrikes, they've got Line plus Waveform plus Lich. They've got to get level 6 on their heroes, and then things are going to get a bit more straightforward for them, because there are a lot of squishy heroes on PR, and almost everybody on Escape has a good nuke.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Escape are still waiting for their team to really come online. I mean, the Void just hit level 6, so without a Chronosphere, their team fight is really not ready to rock and roll. Both supports only 4. If you look over on the Power Rangers sides, their supports are kind of equally low-leveled right now. Venge sitting level 4, and the Enchantress, though she's found a lot of rotations, 3 kills ready, only level 3, and just a Dragon Lance in the inventory. Going the no boots build, straight up range. This is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's actually very bizarre. Enchant is quite fast, though. Sin might be in trouble here.
Yep, rotation down bottom. Cheshire Cat, of course, does not have his ult, but they've got a magic missile, a couple of right clicks, and man, even just 2 points in your beast, you really feel the extra damage from that attack speed and those little skirmishes like that. It makes a big difference.
If you look at Venge's build as well, she's going 2 points in aura. Nobody goes this build on Venge. They're just going to try to take a Rax, very similar to something like a Drow strat. You can basically see this just because of their skill build, but it's definitely something they can maybe do, and it's probably their best way to win the game.
In favor of Team Escape, 39 in favor of Power Rangers. Definitely the favorites coming into this one. They'll be headed to Seattle playing in the wild card. Power Rangers falling short, so I guess those odds kind of make sense, but things are shifting in the game here. Our live odds now going in favor of Power Rangers, and for good reason. This game 1 is really looking good for them. Again, this gold graph, 4K net worth, 2K experience, and they haven't even really started the 5-man yet. I mean, they've only knocked down 1 tier 1 tower. Like you were talking about, that timing for PR is still budding. They're not even at max capability yet.
I think if Escape had 1 more equally farmed core at the level of PR's 3 farmed cores, then I would feel more confident in their ability to win the game. But the fact Morphling is so far and away ahead of the Invoker makes me pretty worried for Escape here. I think PR has done a great job pressuring so far this game.
Yeah, we'll see a smoke rotation from Escape. Is there any option for the Invoker? Like, does he just have to go to Midas, look for some recovery, and farm that way?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very common for Invokers to do this. Great positioning for farming here. Are they going to react the right way?
Oh, Cheshire Cat, he will get caught by the Chrono. Sunstrike will fly through. Definitely going to be a kill on the Beastmaster. Now on the bottom lane, Big Num. Initiated on by Era. Keizu comes in. First hit, Bash. Oh my. Nature's Attendants trying to help out Big Num. He does have 2 points in the Untouchable, but still only level 4. Era with the waveform, bringing him down low. 1 more auto attack should secure this kill. He does buy a TP scroll as well as his boots right before he dies, so tries to minimize his losses there, but finally Escape start to come online a little bit with that Chronosphere and get a duo of kills.
Huge double kill. Even a single kill they would have been happy with, but the fact that they got 2 is amazing. Line gets a level 6 out of that, which is almost 6 as well. That's the most important thing when you're behind from laning, is that you get kills for experience.
Tier 1 tower in the mid will fall all the while. Double damage rune on Undershock makes it a nice easy push, and those 2 kills, that was like 1700 net worth swing, something like that. That's pretty big. That helps stall this out a little bit and give Escape a sign of life. Lich still not yet level 6, but halfway through 5, he's getting close.
And that's a Midas on an Invoker now. It changed so much here for Escape.
Yep, because he did get credit for that kill on the Beastmaster with the Sunstrike. So that is the power of the Invoker Void combo. Now down bottom, Era, Primal Roared. He's in a lot of hurt here. Not going to be able to even start morphing to get that strength gain until the very end. It might still be enough to keep him alive. Waveform out. He's running low on mana, but he's got a bottle. The wand charges top him off, and he actually will survive that gank. It looked like they had enough stuns to just kill him before he could start morphing, but the damage fell short.
Yeah, that was ultra close, actually. He actually waited a long time to even start morphing. I thought he was going to start morphing a bit earlier, and then the mana drain came. I was really worried for him, but he also waveform dodged a magic missile to start that fight, so that made a huge difference as well. But they gotta
Nice
defend this tower, especially with Roar now being down. No, it's dead. Never mind.
Yeah, they're gonna let it go. They're looking for a gank up top, it seems like. Kezu still doesn't have an ultimate for 15 seconds. This Timbersaul's been very quiet this game. Got him, has only been killed once, has not been involved in a single aggressive kill from his team, but he is farming like a madman. Number 2 on net worth, 5k, second only to his mid laner. Looks like he'll just go into the classic Bloodstone, 1500 gold up with the point booster, Arcane Boots. I think once the Bloodstone comes online, that might be the timing that PR want to hit to use those 12 charges to have this Timbersaw start running around.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think this is the right thing to do for him, because if he starts participating in all these little engagements and fights, it's going to be in the middle of a jungle next to a creep wave. He can't get farmed very fast until he gets Bloodstone, because you're so limited on mana. So rather than being down there, he just guarantees his farm in the safe lane, which will get him a Bloodstone, which will make him quite hard to kill. And then he'll be able to hopefully turn that into huge damage output in the team fights. So I kind of like their choice here. And he'll show up to any fights near towers as well, so may see him in this next engagement.
Power Rangers, they moved into the Roche pit, got him down to about half HP, and then seeing that Escape are all off the map, kind of anticipating a smoke rotation, and they'll get it right. Back out just in time. Scans coming. Dyer will actually scout it out. Are they going to find an angle to initiate, though? Kezu on the front line. You have a Chronosphere available. Venge with the Wave of Terror trying to scout things out. It is a 5v4. The Timbersaw, again, still just farming. And both sides will avoid the fight. Era just trying to put some pressure on that tier 1 down bottom. It looks like PR will give up on the Roshan, at least for now. They're starting to move into the enemy jungle, though. Very spread out. Are they going to drop the Chrono for J4? They will. It's just to support Venge. Sunstrike will help secure this kill. Faceless Void getting credit for it. But PR aren't done yet. Cheshire Cat comes in. There's the Roar onto Yapzor. Now Chain Frost bouncing around. All those summons from Cheshire Cat absorbing the damage. They bring down the Lion almost immediately. Wow. That's the power of the Beastmaster. I guess the Chain Frost right there. Those boars absorbed all the damage for him.
Yeah, and the Necros as well. They took almost no damage from that. I was quite surprised. I thought they would at least die, but nothing really. Lion did get hexed, or didn't get hex off before he got roared, so that pretty much signed his death warrant. They do kill Avenge for it, so it's not the worst, but it did cost him Chrono. So that is probably going to signal PR just to sprint into Roche at this point. So not the fight that escaped. They almost spotted some people by the secret shop, but got there a bit late, and now they're going to lose Roche and more advantage.
Yeah, all sorts of issues here in this game. Power Rangers now having TeamSpeak issues. And again, as a friendly reminder for anyone joining us a little bit late, the stand-in, quote-unquote, for Escape, Blister, that is Koikba having some issues with his primary account. Had to use one of their friends' accounts. But there is no stand-in. That is Koikva, worth reiterating, because he is definitely one of their key players in terms of making these kills happen. The Koikva Invoker is a pretty classic. So another Invoker, maybe not so confident he could recover from this, but now looking at Koikva, he's at 4.5k net worth, another 1500 gold. He's level 9. It's amazing how just one Sunstrike kill can help get his momentum back, and now with the Midas, he is well on this road to recovery.
Yeah, that's Invoker, man. You basically just AFK farm while your team starts fights, and you still get Sunstrike kills, or assist. And that stuff really helps out. It really maximizes your farm. Morphling's on an interesting path as well. Looks like he's going to be going the Dragonlance build. It's very, very synergistic with Morphling. Low range, wants all these stats, so it can give him a lot of right-click. He's still going to be a bit weak to Timbersaw, and that's one thing I'm worried about. And he also doesn't have a huge amount of regen over time. But with the bottle, he has some solutions there, and hopefully the Dragonlance will transition to something like E-Blade or Lincoln's, and hopefully he can start contributing in a heavy way.
I mean, that is one of the issues with the Morphling, is what first item do you go? The Lincoln's is the classic choice, but it is a little bit defensive, and in a game like this, it could be such that he's still working on the Lincoln's when that scary Aegis push from PR is coming, as they will bring down Roche right now. And going for something like a Dragonlance, it has an easier build-up, does give him those valuable stats, and will at least allow him to have some options in these early team fights. You know, I don't think this is a game where you can allow your Morphling to just be super passive AFK farm for 30 minutes and expect it to end well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, once you have Dragonlance, in some ways it's all the stats that a Lincoln's would give you. It just doesn't give you the regen, which is definitely where you're going to fall flat.
Right, a fair point there. Now Escape grouped up as 4 in the top lane. Frost Armor from the Lich starting to stack up. It actually does make a big difference in these little fights, but PR in a position to try to mount a defense here. Remember, they are hot off this Aegis Timbersaw with a Bloodstone on the way. I believe it's on the courier being ferried out now. Yep, there it is, Recipe and Soul Ring. So they are ready. He's also level 11, second point in Bakram. Everything going pretty well for Gotham. Escape, they back up just about instantly. Maybe they see the Bloodstone, maybe they see the rotations. Either way, they do not want to pick a fight here at the enemy tier 1 in their safe lane.
Yeah, it was a mix of things as well. Invoker's mostly out of mana, so he wasn't really ready to fight there by any means. PR will turn this into a push. Will Escape defend this? Probably not. They're going to split mid, and I like this choice. They're behind in net worth. They're not ready to take fights, so it's an easy tower trade.
Yep, still a glyph available for Power Rangers, but I don't think they'll be able to knock this one down and then get back in time. Their sieging power, not bad with the auras, but also not particularly great. Escape can siege at a fairly comparable rate here. Glyph going to slow him down, but it will indeed be a tier 1 for tier 1 exchange.
That was great.
Koik down bottom, he's just farming, and Escape are going to keep going. They want this tier 2.
I really like how Escape dropped an Ice Armor on that tower as they passed. It really gave it a lot of survivability. And trading a mid tier 1 for an offlane tier 1 is a great trade. That's the most important tower on the Dire side, and usually on the Radiant side is the mid one, because it's closest to all points on the map. No team can either anymore TP to that lane after they buyback and things like that.
But look how much damage Gotham did to Era with just one rotation. He will be able to waveform to the other side, but yeah, this Timbersaw is really scary right now. Still harbored a bit by mana. He's got the infused raindrops. That little bit of regen is helping him out. He's kind of hunting aggressively here in enemy territory, just going to clear out some of the neutrals. Escape doing a good job dodging these fights right now. At this stage, I think any time they can buy while their cores are farming and not taking a head-on fight with PR is value time. They're still kind of in catch-up mode, and stalling out this game is definitely a good tactic. Undershock almost gets an Omni Slash off on mid, but will get stunned up by the line, goes right back to farming. He has invested in a Battle Fury, by the way, so this mid Jug just working on his own farm, still holding on to the Aegis, but he should be able to continue this high net worth throughout the game now that he's got this great farming tool.
It's a good choice he did that. I mean, if they were really winning this game and all of a sudden, you know, Escape was making mistakes, PR could have gone into some kind of an all-in push, like maybe a drum something.
Uh-oh, Chronosphere up top. They want Big Num. Sunstrike will connect before the TP comes in to split the damage. He will die to the burst damage before Nature's Attendants can do anything. Undershot.
He's gotta be careful.
Looking for an opening. Remember, he has Aegis, but it's a 1-on-3. Needs to be careful. He does have Omni Slash still available. Going to burn the Aegis to start things off. The rest of his team kind of grouped up down bottom. Cheshire Cat getting close to the tier 3. Now Undershot comes back, drops the Omni Slash, takes their Era down to about half health. Chain Frost is going to bounce around the neutrals, but they will still find the kill on the Jug. Now are they going to get more? Era going in, maybe a little too deep. Waveform down for 4 seconds. They've had a good rotation. They get the stun on Kezu instead. Got another time walk. Got him. Unable to find the targets that he wants. And meanwhile, down bottom, there was another fight going on. The Beastmaster got a kill on the Lion, then was counter-killed by the Invoker, it looks like.
Dude, he got an
killed
Invoker
both.
too. I have no idea how that guy killed Invoker and Lion, but that's amazing.
Yeah,
it was looking so good for Escape, but a double kill by Beastmaster, what the heck?
Yeah, it ends up being a 2-for-2 around the map, and Keizu could still go down, potentially gets off the time dilation. There's that time walk, only a 6-second cooldown, very elusive Faceless Void will be able to live. A little bit of chip damage on the tier 3, but man, we need the picture-in-picture for this game. There's been a lot of simultaneous fights in the past 18 minutes.
Yeah. With all that said, the double kill on the Invoker line, that's generally shouldn't happen, but I think PR's got to be more worried about Morphling getting out of control than they worry that much about putting Invoker a little behind, because his net worth is still up there. It's always going to be up there. It's not going to slow down. But the fact that Morphling was able to kill an Aegis and kill the Jug afterwards with not that much contribution. I mean, they didn't even use Chronosphere to deal with him, and that's the power of Morphling. He has so many good nukes, and he's got really good physical damage, so he's just killing Jug through spin right now due to only having Battle Fury.
Yeah, and the fact that he's so elusive, they are having a lot of trouble locking him down. Right now, it's the Venge Stun and the Beastmaster Roar that keep people in place. If those heroes aren't available or either of those are on cooldown, it's really hard for Gotham to actually lock down Era. You see him just playing Ring Around the Rosie, waveform forward, now jumps to the Replicate. Kind of a frustrating experience for the Timbersaw, who's also now moving into Hooded Defiance for a little more regen and safety from all this magic damage. Definitely a good pipe game.
Good for Timbersaw, though, is that Morphling usually has semi-low HP and really high armor, so pure damage is perfect for that. He may force Morphling to sit on a higher total HP pool just out of safety.
Yep, as long as he can connect with that pure damage, I guess, is the caveat there. But now Blink Dagger up the Void, so Kezu just going for the casual Void Mask, getting a little bit of lifesteal so he can farm a little more efficiently. But now has a nice initiation tool. Also the level 2 Chrono lasts slightly longer and the slightly shorter cooldown as well. Cheshire Cat, oh, you poor devil. Farming aggressively here. They will most certainly bring him down. Quite a few ultimates used. Chain Frost as well as the Chrono and the Sunstrike on top of it. Not much the Beastmaster could do there.
Completely worth it for them to smoke for that. I mean, that's one of the higher leveled heroes on the enemy team, so they get more value from it. And they knew he was there, so that should give him a potential D ward as well. And now they can farm safely in all those areas. So occasionally you need to group up with your team and do things like that, because otherwise the map is more limited and your opponents are going to outfarm you.
Nice ancient stack here for the Juggernaut. Looks like a triple stack, double set of Drakes with some Golems. And with the Battle Fury as well as the maxed out healing ward, you should be able to farm this no problem. Kind of curious what the game plan is for PR. They started off really aggressive. They were obviously putting a lot of stock in knocking down early towers, even just the split pushing with Beastmaster. But now that they've lost a little bit of momentum, it seems things have stalled out a bit. And they're reverting back to securing farm on the Juggernaut. He's got a Yasha coming out on the Courier, and they're giving a lot of space to escape now. Quake was pretty much completely recovered, and Era is feeling good. He's number 2 on net worth overall, and seems like they're starting to have trouble controlling him. He is going to go into Perseverance. It looks like a Lincoln's coming out next after this Dragonlance, so pretty soon here he's going to be super tanky. Primal Roar right onto Koikva. Follow-up damage from the Timbersaw. That'll bring him down. Mayday can get Yapzor as well. Cheshire Cat in hot pursuit. We'll have another war coming up. Maybe he can get this boar slow. There it is. And no way Yapzor's long-range Timber Chain from downtown. Got him, comes in, lives up to his name as they set it up for the Beastmaster. 2-0 down bottom. PR look towards the high ground.
They're not going to be able to, though, because Era just instantly cut the creep wipe. They'll have to go mid instead for the tier 2, but he knows, and so does PR, that this game is going to go semi-long now, which is why all their builds are transitioning towards more of a standard thing. He just wants to get the Lincoln so that he never dies like that to the Roar, because that's what's set up and guaranteed that.
Well, if that's the case, then it's a pretty small window here for Power Rangers to strike while the iron's hot. BOT's now up on Gotham after the casual Hooded Defiance. He's going to delay the pipe. I like the early BOTs on Timbersaw. One of the games yesterday, we saw Timbersaw stay on brown boots until like 35-40 minutes, and it really feels like the Bloodstone into BOTs is the cookie cutter build for a reason. Having that mobility on this hero allows him to capitalize on pushing out lanes and just finding farm around the map. For him, it almost works as a Midas in some ways. It really does accelerate his farm a lot.
And it's really important in this game because Morphling is always going to be split pushing, since he's so hard to stop, similar to Ember Spirit and other heroes. So he really does need BOTs this game, and it'll help offset the ice armor and other common slows that he's going to have to deal with this game.
Right, yeah, that's a good point as well. All the ultimates up for escape. Here we go. Kezu looking for a Chrono. Only catches one, a blink out just in the nick of time. They will be able to kill J4, but a Chrono for Avenge is definitely not what escape we're hoping for. Now PR ready to reinitiate. Chain Frost going to start bouncing around. And this Siege Creep actually intercepting a lot of the damage. They'll still destroy the Beastmaster. Got him getting crowd control. Now it looks like they may try to have a go on Era. Big Num just laying in as much damage as he can. But it's escape coming out big so far, a 2-0, and they might be able to bring down the Timbersaw. Timber Chain going to be off the mark. Waveform forward, he will commit suicide. Gets all the Bloodstone, but still a disastrous engagement for Power Rangers. All the while, Undershock just farming in the bottom lane. He wasn't even there for that, it doesn't look like.
Yeah, they can't take a fight and not get Roar and Echo 3 off, but they just didn't roar anybody. The Morphling was able to pressure the Beastmaster down and ultimately juke and jive on the Timbersaw. Evens them up. So PR's got to be scared now because they know their heroes don't scale as well. Like, they already have trouble killing Morphling, and now he's got a Lincoln's, and later he's gonna have an E-Blade, and then he's gonna start killing everybody on PR.
Yeah, that is a fair point. I mean, the window to shut him down is usually pre-30 minutes. That's a good just rule of thumb when Morphling and most of those late carries really start to pack a punch. They will have the Juggernaut, who's at least farming well, that can kind of scale. Does he have anything else coming out on the Courier? Yep, that's a completed Manta style now. So Jug is definitely starting to come online a little bit. Timbersaw now moves into the Plate Mail, so probably a Shiva's for him. Still a couple of options for PR. They've got a gold advantage because of the towers. There's only been one tower killed by Escape. Era trying to change that as he puts some pressure into the tier 2. Also just play around with the Juggernaut, pull him out of position. It looks like Escape will finally lose this tier 2 tower, though. Without a Chronosphere, it's a hard defense. It will be up in a couple seconds. KZU not in position to try to make a hold, and alas, the tower will be turned to rubble.
It's going to be a little easier for PR to initiate with the Blink on Beast, though, so hopefully for their case that it won't have as many difficulties initiating, but every fight has been continuously starting with one chrono and one hero. And as long as it's Venge or Venge isn't quite in the area, that's a good start. They just need to get those Sunstrike damage nukes to start things off and then delay the fight long enough to get enough waveforms out of Morphling.
Yep.
You know, the longer it goes, every waveform is an 11-second cooldown. It's up all the time, basically. So the more they cast from that is the more damage that comes out. So as long as they keep Morphling alive and they can keep cutting their opponents, they should win every fight.
Power Rangers maybe thinking about next Roshan as an option to break the high ground. They've killed all the towers. This is Roche number 2. They're just going to move right into the pit. They've got some minus armor with the Venge, so they can kill Roche faster than normal, but it's still not a particularly fast Roshan attempt. Escape Gaming, oh boy, they're pretty light on vision right now. The Replicate is going to scout this out, but they're so far away. They're looking around. They think that there's a push up top. They even used a scan for this. They will get visual confirmation of Roche, and best they can hope for now is maybe a Sunstrike despite the last hit, but not even going to try that. Undershock will get credit for the kill, as well as picking up the Aegis of the Immortal. PR. I feel like they need to get some kind of objective with this Aegis, though.
Yeah, they definitely do. I mean, Escape's gonna be a little sad that they didn't get it, but when all of your towers are gone on that side of the map and your opponent are dire and you're Radiant, very low chance to be reacting and probably not worth it anyways, because if they smoke, they have to run all the way across the map, and if they're late, they kind of just lose the game in a lot of cases.
Right, so. And now Escape, they at least make something out of it. They get a tier 1 tower up top, they now move into the tier 2. Gotham will TP back. He's got Boots of Travel on cooldown for 35 seconds. Most of his team's still lingering down bottom, but they are actually kind of come back. I thought PR would just go for the high ground and try and trade this tier 2 for damage on a tier 3, but they make kind of an awkward rotation. They come back to defend this tower. A lot of heroes TPing out. Era does have a Replicate down, so he's going to be aggressive, finish off the tower, and then he should be able to just jump back to safety. Meanwhile, on the other side, okay, they do catch Lich. That's all right. I mean, it's a solo kill for the Beastmaster, but I think for Escape, they're kind of okay with this. They get 2 towers out of it. Era cuts the lane. It's a pretty easy defense. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, they've got to be really frustrated. It just seems like they don't have that many Morphling solutions, and Aaron knows the limits of his hero. He's playing really confident right now. He's even let Enchant hit him a couple more times. He went for all 4 of those creeps, and they just don't have a good solution. Like, he's got 3,700 gold now. He's getting close to E-Blade. They could snipe the courier. That's one big thing they could do, but they're even microing it around the ward vision just to be really safe.
Wow. I mean, this is a fairly standard ward spot around this stage of the game. You know Courier's going to be flying to the Dire Secret shop, but still... Autographed by somebody. Autographed by Synderen, that's good.
Pretty good.
I like that. I think it's one of the epic signatures too, where you combine 10 into 1 and it turns it into a golden thing or whatever.
Yeah, and it's actually Sin's courier. Makes sense.
It's a high roller courier. Here we go. Rotation down bottom. Era and Kezu maybe in harm's way. He gets down a Replicate, but unable to get it too far off. Trying to bait with it. PR not going to fall for it. They want Era.
Should be okay. Just gonna waveform through, farm a couple creeps. That was actually dangerous. He kind of just needs to book it. He doesn't have a Replicate.
Yep, he's just going to TP home, and they've got no way to interrupt it. Primal Roar was off cooldown. That was actually a little bit close. Beastmaster has a Force Staff, but Lincoln's was on. He couldn't just drop the Primal.
Exactly. Yeah, they didn't have anything to actually break Lincoln's once he used Enchant on the Morphling illusion. But he had to do that anyways, because otherwise Morphling would have gotten out easily. Yeah. It just sucks for them. Like, they need a Force Staff or something now on Beastmaster so he can at least blink Force Roar.
He's got it.
He does? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Perfect. So that's going to be a solution. If they can get that off and drain all of Morphling's mana in that time period, they've got to kill. But as the game continues, he's going to have 1,200, 1,400 mana. They're not going to be able to drain it all. So it's looking pretty bad for PR now, not having a Morphling solution.
The E-Blade is right around the corner. He's got the Eagle Song now, just a couple hundred gold, and he's farming well in the top lane. He's probably going to have it right around the time this fight breaks out. PR now going into the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane. Big Gum also has an Aghanims on the Enchantress to go that Dragonlance now.
Morphling doesn't have a TP.
Oh no.
7 seconds left.
He's pretty far out of the base. We'll see if PR can capitalize on this. There is still a Chronosphere to delay things. They've already used the Glyph. There's the Chrono, but it only connects on 1. It's just Cheshire Cat. A nice swap from J4 will keep him alive. Lich and Lion get evaporated as Undershock goes charging in. He also gets a kill on the Invoker. Looking like a super bad fight for Escape. All 3 of their dead heroes are lacking buybacks now. This will be at least one lane barracks. on versus 2. Can they get more? Era taking a lot of damage, does have a replicate, will be able to blade form back. He's already used the E-Blade, but still, they're putting a lot of damage into him as they rotate straight for the mid. This is the window for Power Rangers. They've got 20 seconds, and they will seize the day.
Definitely. So the Chrono only hit one hero, and they killed the Venge, but that's it. He needs the E-Blade combo. He dodges it, though.
Oh, Era still finds the kill onto the Beastmaster. He jumps far out of the base. Juggernaut going to stay true to the cause. Finishes off the Tier 1 tower. Now the great chase begins. Timbersaw versus the Morphling. He's got another waveform available. Think Era should be able to get out here, but Gotham's still a pretty scary force. The E-Blade is flying through. He's got the Lotus Orb. Uses it just a little bit late, but will be able to cleanse the slow. And it looks like both sides will just back out. Hypermobility on both sides of the coin, but either really lacking the damage to easily burst down the opposition. And that's what you end up with.
Well, they're almost in a good spot. I mean, they only got 1 Rax there instead of 2 Rax, but that really shouldn't have happened. It was just a bit of a choke team fight, and I don't think Arrow was quite there yet when the Chrono came out. That would have made things easier as well, because at least then he could kill somebody or try to kill somebody while the Chrono went on the backline. So not very good coordination there from Escape. I don't know if he thought the Morphling was there or what, but Morphling showed up basically as the bad fight happened.
Yeah.
And great Omni Slash as well by PR to grab the Invoker kill on top of that. Everything went perfect for them.
Yeah, so looking at the gold graph here, PR jump about a 10, 11k net worth lead. They're still holding on to a decent favor, but all those problems we talked about still exist. This Morphling is just going to scale better from this point forward. He's got another 1,500 gold, so now stuff like Scotty, Manta, BOTs. He still has ways to go before he gets tapped out. And PR is still lacking the lockdown tools to easily shut him down.
But that team fight was just so big because everybody on PR can now afford their Morphling solution. You know, Venge has a Glimmer Cape now. I mean, Beastmaster still has Blink Dagger. Even Enchantress can start purchasing items. She's got a Plate Mail on top of what she had before. So all of that value that Morphling brings for this like usual 10-minute window is really lessened because PR got so back than it would have been before.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see another smoke now from the Power Rangers. They rotate out of their jungle into enemy territory. Timbersaw just playing distraction up top, making this smoke maybe a little bit less obvious since he's showing in lane. Do they want to commit to mid, or do they want to rotate up top? Era does have a replicate, so not going to be the easiest gank target. They will just bring down Yapzor in the blink of an eye, and immediately Era does jump back to his replicate, and he'll survive. Now, with just a 4v5 on the field, they may go back for the high ground. Got him, still having fun with Koikva up top, and the Faceless Void is actually out of the base alongside the Invoker. TP status. Okay, Koikva does have one, as does Kezu. Kezu going to be the first to use it. They don't have a Glyph, but they do have a Chrono. It's only going to catch one again. Great swap from J4. He dies, but the Jug stays alive. And it's still a 5v4. Now they don't have Chrono. Oh boy, this is actually kind of a hard hold from Escape. Big One survives the shotgun. We'll just be able to heal up with the Nature's Attendants, and these barracks will fall. Undershot goes in, uses the Blade Fury for the BKB effect. Melee barracks down, and PR just get out of dodge. Ainfrost not going to be able to do much either. The Force Staffs let him disengage. Very nice.
Now things look really bad for Escape. Like, that's... You can't get Raxed and then double Raxed at 32 minutes. They were looking so good in this strat, but that one bad team fight at their doorstep, and that's what happens. You lose barracks if you make mistakes like that right when your opponents are there.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a recurring theme, though, this game. Big Num going to be caught out. Looks like Koikva should be able to get a solo kill here. Cold Snap going to be more than enough. That's a nice little pick-me-up, though. I'm going to need a few more of those to really turn this game around. Well, the recurring theme this game, though, is Kezu on this Void having somewhat lackluster chronos. I think some of that is a credit to Power Rangers. They've stayed spread out very effectively when they're sieging in those choke points. They haven't made it easy for the Void by any stretch of the imagination, but at this point, Kezu has to catch two heroes. Has to catch the Venge, I guess, if you're only going to catch one, because these swaps are just completely changing the state of these initiations. Keeping the Jug alive in that scenario allows them to get the barracks. If you catch the Venge in that too, you probably get a free kill. Down bottom, speaking of free kills, Koikva going to be out a little bit too far. Primal Roar going to set that one up, an easy follow-up from the Timbersaw.
Yep, and that's just a fixture of Beastmaster being quite farmed and Invoker being a little bit behind. If Invoker was more farmed, or as farmed as Invokers normally are, maybe you would add a Shiva's or some other survivability item to keep him alive there. But Beastmaster making space and gonna make it harder for the rest of Escape to win the game.
Yeah, pick off after pick off. They're gonna look for Era here in the mid, but of course he's got a replicate down. Very cautious with his positioning not to get caught out. We'll put some damage into that tier 2 tower though, and he goes back down towards the bottom lane. So PR now grouped up as 5 in their jungle. and escape in a much more defensive posture as Synderen TP's back to his side of the map.
Farming, I guess.
Yeah.
They gotta push out all the waves. At least they have a decent hero for it in Morphling, but Air's now got 3,000 gold. Next item is probably a Scotty, I think. Just more overall stats and HP is probably worth it.
Yeah.
Could buy something along the lines of Butterfly, but I don't think that's gonna be worth it in this case, because there's not really that much to evade. Scotty's really gonna help as well against Juggernaut spin. Jug can't just use that as a I'm gonna hit this tower for free thing anymore, because now they're gonna be able to slow through that. And he does so much damage anyways that he's looking pretty dangerous against Jug.
This Jug is pretty farmed himself. We haven't checked in on him recently, but he's got a Scotty and now a Diffusal Blade with another 1,500 gold, stealing the enemy Ancients. His net worth is very high, 33k, or Jesus, 23k.
Yeah, and his armor is actually comparable to some Morphlings. In previous fights, Morphling was hitting super hard, but now it's hitting medium level versus him, and that's just because he has so many agility items. He will start ramping off of that a little bit soon. Like, he's almost 6-slotted, basically. He can grab, like, Moon Shard, maybe sell one of his items to get, like, an Abyssal Blade, and then he's done. So he's kind of limited in terms of items, whereas Morphling still has, like, 3 slots left. So if the game does keep going, and it doesn't end and Escape doesn't lose an extra barracks, then it could be really good for them.
Well, here we go. Smoke rotation from Escape. Roshan right around the corner. Winner of this will probably get the big boy. Yapzor sets it up. Sunstrike will be off the mark. Kezu has a chrono. Holding it for now as they've got him in the front line. He uses the pipe and absorbs a lot of damage here. Now this Omni Slash doing so much. The cleaves from the Battle Fury really stacking up. Chain Frost going to bounce around the illusion. Synderen will help set up that kill. The Jug gets obliterated. His teammates all lingering around on the high ground. Not sure why they didn't follow up after such a beautiful Omni Slash, but now Power Rangers are on the back foot and will be forced to retreat. Very awkward engagement there.
Might have just been spacing there. I mean, not that many PR heroes actually have mobility. If you think about the way they want to fight, they want a 5-man push and take a tower, but if Jug does an Omni Slash and Escape is all running away at the same time, PR can't catch up, and there isn't really a good follow-up then.
All right, now we'll see Escape try to make a move towards the Roche Pit, realizing they're behind. They have to do something, and just catching that glimpse of them going that way, PR will use a buyback on the Jug. They'll smoke up themselves. Which way is this going to go? They've got the Hawks. They have a lot of vision around the pit.
They were about to back off and give up on that Roche area, because now they know that Invoker's not going to be there. This is kind of a weird choice by Escape. I felt like they might at least stay in the area since I have Chronosphere, but
yeah, look at the positioning from Cheshire Cat too. Up on the high ground, the smoke gets broken, so he knows that they're inbound. The team starts to move out of the pit. There we go, set up onto Kezu. Brilliant positioning from Cheshire Cat to start this off. The Void not going to be able to survive even with the Manta. Now Era trying to get out. He will waveform away. Got him, comes chasing in though. EMP going to help break up this fight. Cheshire Cat on the south side, looking to get a slow on Era. Meanwhile, on the other side of it, got him, chasing down Synderen. Counter Hex will slow things down. Escape doing a really good job disengaging. Nice force staff from Synderen, but it's not going to be enough. Enchantress with one more impetus will bring him down. Undershot still committed to the Roche Pit. Gets the Aegis, and Cheese will hit the deck. Probably going to be picked up here by the Beastmaster, it looks like. Overall, pretty good setup for Power Rangers. They did have to use a buyback to make that whole thing happen with the Juggernaut, but in the end, they make the plays.
Yeah, I think that was the right choice for them. They read the situation perfectly. As soon as they saw Invoker top, they go straight into Roche. And maybe Escape wasn't anticipating them being so ready. If they had an extra 5 or 10 seconds, they might have been able to get there at the same time. But fortunately for them, PRO had been smoking already, and they could instantly get into the Roche Pit.
Yeah, we'll take a look at our Moonduck instant replay here. And I just want to highlight this positioning from Cheshire Cat. Not only does it sense out the rotation, because when the smoke's broken, but he predicted exactly what KZ would want to do. Hide in the tree line to initiate. They set up the Primal Roar. They turn the kill around the other way. And once the Void is dead, there's pretty much no chance Escape can actually take that fight. They have no choice but to disengage, which they do very well, mind you. They don't lose anyone else except Synderen in the end, but it's just not enough. Now PR are going to be in a great space as they move towards the high ground again. Top lane of Barracks, the last one standing for Escape. This is a hold they have to make.
Trying to slow things down, but there's still a lot of creeps here. Oh, great stun.
Yeah, that'll slow down Undershock. They do also have a Glyph. Now the Lotus Orb is out. That's going to slow things down a little bit. Keizu blinks forward looking for the Chrono, but actually doesn't pull the trigger too early on it, realizing he has to catch more than one hero. I like the patience, but is it going to be the right call? They blow up the Jug with the shotgun off to the side. Cheshire Cat on the low ground finally uses the Necronomicon. They have almost taken out the tier 3, but now the chrono comes out, connects on 3 heroes. J4 going to be stuck inside of him. Cheshire Cat, the one that falls. Time walk back to mitigate the damage. Era now jumping out of the base with the BKB on. He wants to find these kills, but is he out too far? The Omni Slash does a lot of damage. Doesn't bring him down as he does have the replicate at the high ground, and he will be able to bring it back. Looks like the fight will stall for now. Power Rangers do a lot of damage to the tier 3, but they get repelled. Good hold from Escape. Finally, Kezu finds that Chronosphere that wins him a good fight.
Yeah, it was a pretty good chrono. There wasn't very much follow-up available from Escape just due to how long the teamfight had been, but nobody dies at least. They might lose their tier 3 here. They see it coming. Gotta keep this tower alive. Oh, they've got...
Yeah.
Very close fight. They definitely almost lost it. I mean, Morthling's having trouble hitting the backline now. He got a BKB, which I think was the right choice, but...
The hero Hellbear Smasher, not going to be able to get it. Yapsor was there with the stun. That was a suicidal Hellbear. Look at that final last hit. Almost hero. He ends a 0.
Poor guy, man. I don't think he can one-shot a tower anyways, especially with backdoor protection now.
Well, the creeps were, I guess the creeps were on the low ground, yeah. I don't know. I have no faith in backdoor protection these days. I've seen too many games where I'm like, wait, how is there not backdoor protection right now? I don't understand. It's funky. I actually don't understand exactly how that mechanic decides when the backdoor protection comes back after a siege like that.
Yeah, it's really weird. Enchantress, cool item choices. An extra 325 damage spell block against Morphling, which means Morphling is just kind of having trouble feeling OP, basically. He still is a strong hero, but he's not able to exert the normal thing that he gets to do.
All right. Things stalling out, both sides sort of going back to farming. Kezu with some more damage. He's picked up his Diffusal Blade. Pretty classic Void build these days, but give that mana burn to your illusions, and you can actually burst people fairly effectively inside of the Chrono. More magic resistance, the Hood of Defiance on the Enchantress. Juggernaut, still pretty beefy. He's got another 1,200 gold. Cinderin, oh, not able to TP out. J4 there with the swap. They will get a catch on the Lich. Sin without buyback. Maybe an opening for PR, but they will be forced to head to their top lane to defend against Era, as well as Koikva. They are grouped up, trying to put some pressure on. Nothing that Timbersaw can't handle, though.
But can they handle the range barracks mid? I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Even though Cinderin isn't like the high value target they're hoping for with those kind of ganks, just having one hero advantage is a pretty big deal. Backdoor protection will be broken. The Necro 3 from the Beastmaster will just charge in and finish it off. It is a glyph, but they won't use it to hold the tower. Definitely would not have been the right call. So nothing but 3 barracks standing for Escape. No tier 3s left. PR just one good team fight away from getting mega creeps. Escape really in crunch time now.
See if Bignum can survive this. Probably it's not going to do much.
Yeah, there you go. Sunstrike, not even going to be close. The Hood of Defiance makes such a difference against the shotgun.
Yeah, really it really does. And even Untouchable. Maybe if he BKB'd there, he could have gotten the kill, because then he doesn't get Untouchable, but it's like the only solution that he had there.
And Venge, Plate Mail, kind of curious what that's... Is that going to be another Lotus Orb? They've already got one.
Yeah, it's a great idea against Morphling, if you can reflect the whole E-Blade combo, but they're smoking in here.
Yep, smoke rotation from the back. Take a look at Radiant Vision. They do have some intel. They find Bignum. That'll be the target that they catch, but we've seen how this story goes. Chronosphere going to catch on 2 from Kezu. Very important that he grabs J4. They'll even use an ult from the Lich for it. Undershock trying to push back Sin. It's a very spread out fight. Koikva forced a Ghost Walk away. They lose both their supports. Still not really the great setup for Escape. They kill the Venge, but it comes at a pretty big cost. Now BKB turned on by Era. He wants to go into Bignum, but Undershock joins the party, getting some decent crits. Kezu just going to be forced to time walk defensively, it looks like. Tornado will break up this fight. Cheshire Cat now on, taking a lot of damage. Era has to man up to get it, but now he's taking a lot of damage. Has no escape. He gets off the rep kit. Kezu going back in. He still dies with the Enchantress on the back line. Looking like a very good fight for the Power Rangers. Buyback status, they do have one available.
Oh, he got her.
Invoker going to catch the Enchantress. The Void going to fall as well. It's a fairly even fight, 3 for 4, but for Escape, even's not going to be good enough. They're going to have to burn 2 buybacks to defend the barracks. They also have to use their glyph. Can they get some recovery kills? Kezu looking for the opportunity. No chrono for 30. Koikva, though, uses the cold snap. Very effective against the Timbersaw. All these stuns. Follow up from the Lion. Sunstrike. They're going to need the damage. It will connect. They at least bring down this beefy Timbersaw and make a hold. It is a hold,
God.
but
Morphling maybe didn't need to die there. He didn't anticipate the last impetus, but it picked him off. I don't know, man. These fights just seem so hard for escape here. It's just their initial initiation. They Lotus Orb the Finger of Death, which ended up killing Lion right at the start. Just didn't quite go perfect when they initiated.